motherfucker, Thug Nation alert. Keep his name on the streets till you lay in the dirt.
Heard you was jayz daughter. My name is Letitia Mason from Cambridge, Maryland. My mom, her name is Lisa Mason. She has multiple sclerosis. I've been hearing that jayz was my father all my life. There's no way that he can deny anything, especially when people were there that know him. And we was there. He just looked at me and he was like, Dad. They even was in my living room. He was talking to my mom. I was gonna leave it alone. They brought me one of those ancestry tests. Finally, I get some type of answers. He knows that I exist.
Only Gab can do it like this. Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab. I'm in the building. And this is MAKAVELI Media. Now, what we do here on YouTube, when we report on stories, is pure journalism. It's hood journalism, it's hip-hop journalism, but it's journalism at its core. So things that I find interesting, that I believe you may be interested in, I like to share it with you. Now, let me start by saying before I do this video that this ain't a personal attack on jayz. Matter of fact, I kicked it with jayz a couple times. Was on one of the jayz music videos and everything. Hit the road, did some shows with Hassan Deli and State Property. So, this ain't no hate on jayz. But it was a story that I heard recently that caught my attention, and I had to share it with you. Now, you hear stories all the time about people claiming to be kids of famous celebrities because they may have some similarities to the celebrity, or they may see this as a quick way to come up and get a few dollars. But in this case, there's a young lady from Cambridge, Maryland, by the name of Letitia Mercer, who's claiming to be jayz's daughter, and she is the spitting image of jayz down to his teeth. But what makes her story even more intriguing is she did some type of DNA testing, and it came back that she is, without a doubt, related to jayz's grandmother and jayz's aunts and other family members. So how in the heck would she be related to jayz if this wasn't his daughter? Now, I don't think jayz and her have formally done a DNA test together. But after hearing her story and seeing her evidence and seeing her, one would think eventually that's going to have to be. For those that don't know jayz's backstory, jayz spent a lot of time in the Eastern Shore, where this young lady was born and raised with her mom. And all of jayz's music, he brags about his former past life as a drug dealer and how he was getting so much money in the state of Maryland. You know, the Eastern Shore was jayz's second home. Matter of fact, his good friend and longtime day one homeboy, Emory Jones, actually did some time over what him and jayz was into, and Emory took it on the chin and handled it like a man. So jayz has a direct link to the Eastern Shore where this young lady was born. I mean, by all accounts, jayz was a legend down the Eastern Shore, you know? And everybody know that this is Jay-Z's daughter. Even Jay-Z's former crew, including Emery, has been inside this girl's house because they know Jay-Z used to kick it with her mom. And they see the resemblance. So everybody is acknowledging her except Jay-Z. I just think it's so fascinating that, from all accounts, this young lady is not asking for any money. She doesn't want, she doesn't hold any hard feelings publicly towards Jay-Z. She's only said, pretty decent things about him so far that I've read or heard. Now, of course, she's upset because Jay-Z was an absentee parent. And she said Jay-Z knew she existed, but she made it clear that she was not into this for money. What I believe her story is that her mom is ill. She has MS, and who knows how much longer her mom has, given her condition. And quite naturally, she wants to get to know the other side of her, her other parent, should I say. She's only reaching out for a relationship. And that's sad. Jay-Z said in one of his raps, I believe the line was, you could pay for school, but you can't buy a class. That speaks volumes, man. Because not just this young lady, but it's other young adults claiming to be Jay-Z's kids, and Jay-Z has nothing to do with any of them. And I'm just saying, wow, this guy is like a gazillionaire. His wife is a gazillionaire. But yet, you got kids saying that Jay-Z was an absentee parent. And now I'm just wondering, do you hear people saying, well, how would Beyonce respond to Jay-Z having a daughter? First of all, this was way before Beyonce. And if Beyonce was a decent human being, she wouldn't deprive a person from knowing who their parent was. If the girl ain't coming, and even if she was coming with her hands out, asking for money, if she could prove that Jay-Z was her dad, then guess what? He owe it to her. But once again, she said that's not her motive. She's basically just seeking a relationship with Sean Carter, her dad. Man. And you know what else? She basically said in one of her posts that she said something like, people would be shocked to know that Jay-Z had twin grandsons. In most cases, when, kids have an absentee parent, they would like for their child or their kids to get to know that grandparent. So I'm sure she would love Jay-Z to embrace her two kids, her two twin boys, which happen to be his grandkids. You can't always make up for lost time in your child's life, but you can have an effect on their kids. You see that all the time, You see some grandparents that wasn't the best parent they could have been, try to overcompensate for their children's children. And I'm just interested to see, man, if Jay-Z did go all the way, and got a DNA test with this young lady, would he make it a public thing? He's glowing about his other kids, but, the kids that he had outside of his marriage with Beyonce, I just wonder, would he embrace them the same way? And how does somebody make up for so much lost time? This girl was raised, in a very modest and humble upbringing. I'm assuming there wasn't much money. It wasn't the Jay-Z type of money, and this girl declares herself heir to the throne. Let's not kid ourselves. She's entitled to an awful lot if she can prove that, yes, she's Jay-Z's daughter. but she's already proven that she's related to Jay-Z. I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm very interested to see what the public would have to say about this. Anyway, I need you guys to share and like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is MAKAVELI Media. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. I'm your homie Gab. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.